Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Ryan Acevedo. If you are new here, I am an IRL drifter who has been sim drifting for about 9 years. I've been IRL drifting for 6 years. I've done a lot of competition stuff with the Formula Drift Pro-Am. I have podiumed, won multiple events, as well as LS Fest stuff with a lot of pro drivers. I've got some decent accolades at the amateur drifting level, but I'm now going to be diving in to IRL grip driving and hopefully some wheel-to-wheel racing in the next year or two. But I don't know what I'm doing. So that brings this series, iRacing, Bro to Pro. You guys are coming along. I'm going to start from the very beginning. I've never played iRacing up until now. I got it last week. We're going to be documenting my progress going from absolute rookie to climbing the ranks in iRacing. And then while we do that in the next month or two, we're going to acquire a actual grip driving car and build it at our shop alongside our drift cars, document the build, the process, getting into racing, how you do it, and my progress along the way. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let's get into these races. Let's kick off things kind of aggressive. Let's go straight into FIA Formula 4 fixed on Road Atlanta full course. I just got this track yesterday, so I don't have a ton of experience. This race starts in 6 minutes, so I'm not even going to get some qualifying in, but I did run some Road Atlanta laps earlier. Let's jump into it and see what we can do. This has got 77 people signed up, so we should get a full field. I don't know where we're going to stack up. I'm D2.54 with the 1795 I rating, but let's get into episode 1 of Bro to Pro. All right, we are bouncing out for an out lap right before the first 2 qualifying laps. Kind of need to use this lap to kind of get the brakes and tires warmed up, which I don't fully necessarily know what the most effective way to do that in iRacing is. I usually just kind of hard brake in some locations and just kind of run a lap as usual, basically. Like I said, I am very new to racing. I don't have much experience racing tracks like this on video games in general, so I don't have much Road Atlanta experience growing up on any other game. So I do have the racing line on just for reference. I'm pretty comfortable without it at this point, having driven Road Atlanta yesterday, but you can never be too safe, especially when you're a new driver and you don't have much experience on these tracks. I just leave it on. I know it's a beginner move, whatever. It's not there in real life, but it's fine. This is the start of my iRacing career, so let's allow it, right? Time to knock out our first qualifying lap. This is the first one that's going to be scored of 2 as long as we keep it clean and keep it on the track. All good so far, but we got a little bit to go still in this first lap. It's not done just yet. Hopefully we can keep this clean on this last little bit so we can get a score on the board, or a time on the board, I should say. Oh, I messed that up. Managed to keep that clean, though. Had a little bit of a bobble there. That was a little sketchy. That should be a clean lap, though, to go on for the first score. We'll get one more here. Let's see what we can do. We're up ever so slightly on time. Nothing crazy, but hey, faster is faster, but it looks like we're losing that right now. Gained a decent chunk of time right there. That should put us at a slightly better qualifying position than we were expecting. Rough qualifying for us. Lots of 121s in there. We got a 122.7 as our best lap. That puts us in 17th grid position. We're going to be towards the back. That's okay. I'm not complaining about that. If we can get a clean start to the race, have a clean fight out here, maybe gain some positions, but at least keep it clean to get the safety rating up, that would be huge for us right now. We just need to get good racing, clean racing, get the I rating up, get the safety rating up, and just see what we can do. Keep it good. We got 5 cars left to grid, and we are ready to roll. These FIA F4 cars are so much fun to drive. You just get a smile ripping these little things around the track. They got so much downforce. As long as you don't get hit and lose the rear wing, they got so much downforce. They're so fun to drive. You really can't beat them. Here we go. Let's try and get a clean launch. Oh, we've got some cars on the right here. We got a lot of crashes out front early on. Just keeping it together is the plan right now. Still got a huge bundle of cars here, so I saw that smoke. Got a little worried. I locked him up. This guy just passed us. We're giving up positions. That's not good. We gotta claim those back. All right, a little bit of a chaotic start for everybody, but it looks like we're in P15 right now. We got a car on the right side of the track. He's gonna try and literally pull out and kill us all. First F4 race off to a crazy start. Lots of cars wrecking, lots of cars all over the track. They just wreck and they pull out right in front of you. It's crazy out here. I got these guys catching up so easily somehow. Got an incident right here. This guy's going very slow on the far right. Dropped a couple tires just now. That's not good. Luckily, they didn't 1X. It's just for hitting the grass there a little bit. And what are you doing? That guy just pretty much ruined that for us, unfortunately. Gave us a 4X. In typical iRacing fashion, that guy just completely ruined our race, so we've got to pit and get this rear wing fixed. That's really frustrating, and that is honestly just the nature of the game with iRacing. I come breaking in, he just decides he's going to use me as brakes, and the rest is history. Totals the car out, takes the rear wing off. Oh, too far back. But yeah, that's just the nature of the game with iRacing, especially in these lower rank races. You just get totaled by guys using you as brakes. It is not a good time, so luckily that first pit's pretty fast, so get that rear wing changed out. It is going to put us on fresh tires though, so got to be cautious of that. Got to be a little careful around these two. With no heat in these tires, could be a little sketchy. You don't want to lose it. We already got a 4X because that guy totaled us in the back, so that's frustrating. Try and keep it clean and get no more than a 4X. It also dropped us down to 18th position, given the fact that we had to stop and pit, and we're also off track for like 15 seconds, so that's a bummer, unfortunately. All right, now we should be able to see what we're kind of stacking up lap-wise going forward. See if we can lay down some pretty competitive laps, maybe catch some ground. I'm sure there will be, at this rank, there will probably be more accidents throughout the race, so can probably gain some positions that way if we just kind of keep it clean. We're kind of racing by ourselves out here in our own little world, just because we kind of got left behind the pack. These gentlemen are laying down some pretty fast laps, though. They are definitely a cut above me in terms of lap times. I think the best I was able to lay down was like a 122. So many of this field was in the 121s, which is just nuts to me. We're learning, though. We're learning. I'm loving the learning curve. I don't come from any racing background. Never even took any kind of racing game serious. Never simmed any racing game, so iRacing is definitely a new challenge, but it's really fun kind of just figuring out actual grip driving and wheel-to-wheel racing. It's definitely a lot different than drifting, but I'm enjoying learning. I love the challenge, honestly. It kind of takes me back to when I first started sim drifting, where every day you're just like picking up new things and getting better and better and better. That's how I feel about iRacing right now. Still at the very bottom of the totem pole. Got like 15 hours on the game. I like this turn right here, but you got to be very careful how you float it and brake into it. I feel like that's a decent execution of it. Maybe I'm wrong, though. What do I know? I'm willing to wager a decent strategy is to watch videos on these tracks and maybe even the car that you're going to be using. I'm sure there's like tutorials out there from like really experienced iRacing drivers that drop like the best line and how to gain like time in some of these corners with specific cars. The leader is running 21.41 and I'm out here laying down 23s on my push laps. It's crazy how much faster these guys are in my lobby. It's like I'm at the bottom of the totem pole, but that's good. You learn from driving with people that are better. Unfortunately, I'm just driving by myself because I got totaled. All right, let's try and dip into the 22s. We got to get a little bit of aggressive on pushing through these laps a little bit harder. Kind of messed that up a little bit, so we're off to a bad start as I say that. Man, I swear these guys are on like the exact opposite of the track because I haven't seen a soul since we came back out of the pits. Not at all anywhere. There's not even anybody in front of me down here coming into the keyhole or over the crest. All right, we need to start getting some faster laps. It seems like I'm kind of stuck in the 123s this race. I definitely can gain time right here. I don't know if that's going to do it, but I'm taking that a little hesitant. I also really don't want to get any more incident counts added because 4X is already kind of rough. We're trying to slowly increase the I rating and safety rating, not necessarily win. We finally got into the 22s. That was a 22.8, so good lap there. Maybe we can just get faster and faster, but that does not always seem to be the case in iRacing. Despite the race being pretty boring, at least we're able to keep it clean and just hold down this 4X. It's really a bummer that that guy hit us so early on in the race and just pretty much put us out of the fight for gaining any positions and gave us the 4X. But welcome to iRacing, Ryan. Get used to it. I don't know what I was doing there. I kind of hot dogged that a little bit and almost overcooked it, but managed to just lift off and brake and save it. That would have definitely been at least a 1X, maybe even a 2X. Just trying to get through this alive. We got 4 minutes left, so probably about 3 laps. Actually, probably 4 laps. All right, the leader has now worked his way up to me. We'll give him that. Not going to try and slow him down at all, and also don't want to risk any kind of accident. He's way faster than me. I'm not going to be able to keep up with him, so best to just let him pass, try and chase him, I guess. Maybe I could learn something from his line, if anything. The last 2 minutes and 45 seconds, at least. Not sure how much we can do with that, but let's see what we can get. Still looks like we're going to be grabbing a P16 as long as we keep it together. I'm sure everybody's kind of in their place for the race. Feel like I'm just like pushing the limits of these tires. It's actually really fun coming from drifting when you kind of hot dog these cars a little bit, man, and they get like a little bit of sense of looseness. It's not like necessarily fully getting loose, because when that happens, it's pretty tough to control. But when you kind of just like power slide them just a little bit, it's a really cool feeling. All right, this is going to be the white flag last lap. Still looks like we're at 16. Just laying down some okay safe laps here. That wasn't anything. Oh, back in the 22s though, so I guess that's some decent improvement. That's a quick lap for us. It's not a quick lap necessarily compared to the field, but it's a quick lap for us, and that's really what matters. We're kind of fighting ourselves here, getting better at the game rather than fighting people. And this is a decently high I rating lobby, I feel like, for the start. I somehow got thrown at 1800. For reference, I'm literally only 1300 in the that was an unnecessary downshift, but hey, play it safe. I'm only 1300 in the sports car, so not sure why they started me off at like 1900 in open wheel, but it's definitely made for every time I get in a lobby, I'm way slower than everybody. But I'm not complaining. I get to learn, so not the best finish, but we kind of got totaled out of the gate. Interested to see what we qualified, because I wonder if we technically gained or lost position compared to that. I'll take the plus 4x though. You know, we had that incident with that guy. He gave us the 4x. We didn't gain anything else though over 20 minutes of racing, so I definitely can't complain about that. That's gonna finish it up for us, so let's go. All right, let's take a gander and see where we qualified if we can. I believe grid, that means 17, race 16. I believe that's what that means. So looks like we gained 1 position throughout the race. Not bad considering we got absolutely totaled, had to pit, get the car fixed, get back on track, and then we kind of just maintained position and pace from there. Not a bad first race starting out the Bro to Pro series. Thank you guys for watching. Gonna be kind of bouncing around between sports car and FIF4. My dog Jack says he wants to come hang out and watch some sim racing. So yeah, maybe next race we'll do open wheel, or not open wheel, we'll do sports car, kind of jump into something, maybe some poor stuff if it'll let us at D rank. I'm not sure what it's going to let us do, but we'll take a gander at it and see what we can do. I want to switch it up and run both. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Stick around for the Bro to Pro iRacing series. Like I said, we are going to be, my dog is so silly. We're going to be bouncing around, learning how to do iRacing, just grinding it every single day, and then eventually diving into some grip driving IRL and building a car in-house. So it's going to be sweet. Make sure you tune in. Check out the Instagram. Check out the website, rrperformance.com, for any of your race car needs. If they make it, we can get it. Want to be a part of everybody's builds. It's really sick. A lot of people already shopped with us. It's been really cool. So thank you guys. Stay tuned next week for the next episode, and I will see you guys then. Peace.